When I initially heard about the sequel to Gladiator, I, like many others, had a fervent brow because we know that Hollywood will take a classic movie or trilogy and ruin it in the name of revenue. See Star Wars for an example of this. Some films are just not meant to be continued and should be left alone. But when I did hear that Denzel Washington was going to play a major role in this movie, that did change my entire perception to where I did want to kind of see what was going on with it. When I also heard that they were bringing back Connie Nielsen and adding some of the other great cast members like Pedro Pascal, Peter Mensah, and of course Paul Mescal, who plays Lucius, I said, I might be interested in that tall glass of theatrical potion. The objective of any sequel is to provide nuance to the original lore and to move the story forward. It's also tasked with creating a solid standalone experience that doesn't take away from the original. Ridley Scott and his team created a grand visual spectacle that not only does right by the first film, but also takes you on what I think is a fun ride into the underbelly of the Roman Empire and its bloodthirsty gladiator fighter league. GFL is what I'm going to call it. The gladiators of yesterday are the football players that we see today. And in the original, Maximus asked a question that became a global quotable. Are you not entertained? Yes, I was. We talk about it.
1. Let's get started.
Peace and love, Fame Analytics family. Before I get into what I thought about the film, I wanted to thank Allied Marketing for giving me the invite to the advanced screening. It's always great working with y'all, and I'm looking forward to doing more with y'all this year and, of course, way beyond that. So appreciate you, Allied Marketing, for giving me an advanced screening of this opportunity. Okay, now the question I continue to keep getting about this movie is, does it match up to the original? My short answer is, yes, it does. Gladiator II picks up where the first one left off by telling us the story of Maximus' son, Lucius. Roman leadership is doing what Roman leadership do, Roman things. And Rome is now in the hands of a set of bloodthirsty twins that continue watching and loving gladiators kill for sport, as well as trying to conquer as many nations as humanly possible. Lucius was hidden by his mother due to his lineage and grew up away from his family. So, similar to his father, he became a strong, well respected soldier that had the ability to touch the hearts and minds of men. He does find his own tribe of people, but does end up becoming a prisoner of war after they were invaded by the ever-expanding Roman damn empire. I tell you, it'd be your own people. Anyway, Lucius watched a lot of his people get killed and slaughtered, and he kind of starts his own revenge tour in his mind on the man that was responsible for killing his tribe, but involuntarily gets recruited to become part of the Gladiator Fighter League, GFL, which was basically held by Denzel Washington's character, who basically acts as a Roman or whatever lineage he may be, a sports agent of sort for men that basically kill for a living. Denzel is brilliant as Markinos, I think is how you say it. It felt like a similar energy to what we saw from him in Training Day, where he's kind of showing you around his universe and narrating every move as you watch it all kind of unfold on screen. You can really tell that he was having a good time embodying kind of the fullness of this very complex character. Every scene with Denzel left you wanting to know more about this character, what was going on. He was truly the Trojan Horse that Rome didn't see coming, and it was incredible to watch it all play out on screen. One of the biggest differences I saw between this film and the original is kind of the amount of detail they added to the universe. You got to see a lot more of that big, beautiful Coliseum. They showed how massive it was and even gave us some looks at the people that kind of prepared the stadium for what I like to call the death games. It basically looks similar to what you would see on a football field. So it was kind of clear that the filmmakers wanted to show you the similarities in the gladiators of yesterday and the gladiators that we see today, which of course, football players. You could see and feel the anger of the people as they were on the verge of rebellion and unrest. So it's like it really brought you into kind of the hearts and minds of the atmosphere and kind of really showed you exactly what was going on and what the crowd and the people were really feeling about these, new Roman twins that they had pretty much that were running everything. The fights were very interesting. Like there were some new twists that I wasn't expecting, plenty of blood with some unique situations or additions to kind of make the battles more memorable. Some of the CGI was a bit shaky, but I loved it, where they went with it. So I love for them. I love the fact that they were kind of swinging for the fences. The plot and the overall film was solid. It can drag a little bit at times while they're kind of establishing characters, but the first one was a bit of a slow burn as well. So this one is kind of the same. I wasn't disappointed by this movie at all. It respected the lore and it gave us a new chapter that was packed with some of the same levels of excitement as the first one. I feel like Gladiator 2 is the ideal sequel that left me kind of entertained once again. So that's kind of my thoughts on it in terms of that. This is a spoiler-free review. It comes out on November 22nd, which is this coming Friday. Make sure you go check it out. It was a very fun ride. Make sure you subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace.